right moment. So what were they up against? We've seen already our replica Panzer I, fantastic bit of German kit there. Our Panzer III going around. This one, it's TP, Tropen, sent out to North Africa by the Germans. This particular one, it's an L model, Ausführung, so you go through the letters, basically you can even see right through to the front where you've got the driver and the bow machine gunner. Why is that important? It's because your radios don't always work, and in the heat of battle, when there's all that tension going on, you need your commander to be able to look you in the eye at times and either smile, wink, do something, make that joke, kick you in the back. Those things are possible in a Panzer III, and that was one of the things the British we picked up on. This has been a well thought through tank. It is beautifully engineered. The very fact that that's the original engine still running in its training tanks when they're allowed to build tanks again. They've been working with the Russians, social pariahs of Europe in the late 20s, early 30s, Weimar government. They've sent out their engineers. Von Thoma, Stuart mentioned him, he actually goes out to Kazan in Russia. They test their tractors, as they were calling them, so that they get round the idea that they're not really building a tank. Those early models are really, even though they give them armor plate, they give them machine guns, they can be used in combat, they were used in combat, they're really for training the military. Of course, we all know that's jumped the gun. Luckily for the Germans, they didn't have to rely only on their Panzer Is and Panzer IIs. They've got some Panzer IIIs and IVs ready. They've got this massive 300 tanks, and most of those are just experimental models. They're testing the water, trying different components. Would this engine work? The suspension systems. What they do, basically their war plan, if a war comes, we will throw money at that problem. And that's exactly A2 E8 brackets 76W wet stowage. 76, size of the hole at the end of the barrel, 1mm bigger than those early Sherman tanks with a shorter looking gun. This is now a high velocity gun with the idea it's going to have more oomph, more power to penetrate, more armour protection. So it's one of those Shermans. As the production of Shermans goes on, they constantly try and improve on the models. They haven't got enough engines for one against one, the Tiger against the Sherman. Of course the Tiger's going to look more impressive on paper, but it wasn't one against one. And the Americans, as so many other countries as well, they rarely fall. If you shake the thing apart, you've got so much welly behind you, you know, it's not going to do the crew any good, it won't do the tank any good. All the bolts and everything else will rattle apart. For this fella, we ended up getting that new gun, getting the Cromwell, 60% they reckon changes, different hull, different armour thickness, and we've got a tank they call the Cromwell. They think they're great, really impressive bit of kit. The Battle of the Bulge starts, and they say, give us the tanks back, use your old tanks. The risk they thought was too great going into action against a known German armoured force.